You stay calm when your boss yells at you. You nod politely when life slaps you in the face. You tell yourself, it's fine, I'm a Stoic. But deep down, you feel stuck, empty, disconnected from life itself. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Most people get Stoicism completely wrong. They think it's about shutting down emotions, staying silent, and pretending everything's okay. But here's the truth. Stoicism without action is pointless. It's like owning a sword but never using it. It's like knowing the path but refusing to walk it. Real Stoicism isn't about becoming a robot. It's about feeling everything and still choosing the right action. In today's video, we'll uncover the one thing missing from most people's idea of Stoicism and why without it, Stoicism can actually make your life worse. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll see Stoicism in a way you never have before. Before we dive deep, if you're passionate about personal growth, mental toughness, and mastering the art of living, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. New videos every week to help you think sharper and live stronger. When most people first hear about Stoicism, it sounds like the perfect shield. Stay calm. Don't show emotions. Don't let anything bother you. Sounds powerful, right? But that's not what Stoicism really is. In fact, that's one of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to live like a Stoic. They turn Stoicism into a mask. A way to hide their feelings. A way to avoid problems instead of facing them. Instead of growing stronger, they become emotionally numb. Instead of becoming wiser, they stop caring. Instead of taking action, they just sit and accept everything, even when they shouldn't. And the worst part? They think they're doing it right. Imagine someone losing their job and just saying, well, it's fate. I won't even try to fix it. That's not Stoicism. That's giving up. Real Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, never taught people to avoid life. They taught people to engage with life, fully, fiercely, intelligently. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, faced wars, plagues, betrayals. Did he sit silently and just accept it all? No. He led armies. He made tough decisions. He wrote to himself every night to stay strong and act according to virtue. Seneca faced political exile and personal tragedy. Did he hide and cry? No. He wrote letters, mentored others, and kept building wisdom through action. Even Epictetus, who was born a slave, didn't just accept cruelty. He chose to free his mind, and then taught thousands how to live freely too. Stoicism is not passive. It's the most active philosophy you can live. It's not about ignoring problems. It's about recognizing them, and then responding with strength, wisdom, and courage. If you just sit back and say, whatever happens, happens, you're not being Stoic. You're just being passive. The real Stoic asks, what's the right action here? And then they do it. What Stoicism actually teaches. So if Stoicism isn't about being cold and emotionless, what is it really about? At its heart, Stoicism teaches one simple but powerful truth. There are things you can control and things you cannot. Your job is to focus only on what you can control. Sounds simple, right? But in reality, it's life-changing. You can't control the weather. You can't control what other people think. You can't even fully control what happens tomorrow. But you can always control your thoughts. You can control your actions. You can control how you respond. This is where most people miss the real magic of Stoicism. It's not about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding them, and then choosing your response with clarity. Let's say you feel angry. A fake Stoic might say, I shouldn't feel anything, I'm a rock. And they push the anger deep inside until it explodes later. But a real Stoic notices the anger, accepts that it's there, and then asks, what would a wise person do now? Maybe that means stepping back. Maybe that means speaking firmly but calmly. Maybe it means forgiving and moving on. The key is this. Emotions are signals, not commands. You don't have to act out every feeling. You don't have to let anger or fear control you. But you also don't have to deny that they exist. Real Stoicism is emotional strength, not emotional emptiness. It's seeing your emotions like waves, powerful, natural, but you are the sailor, steering the boat, not the ocean tossing you around. And here's the bigger truth. Stoicism is not just about surviving storms. It's about moving towards something greater, a life of virtue, purpose, and action. That's why the Stoics didn't lock themselves away from the world. They lived fully. They fought battles. They raised families. They ran empires. They used Stoicism not to hide from life, but to master it. The missing piece. Action. Here's the truth no one talks about. Stoicism without action is completely pointless. You can read all the quotes. You can memorize all the wisdom. You can stay calm in every situation. But if you don't act on it, it's worthless. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoics, said it best. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Notice what he said? Be one. Not just think about it. Not just talk about it. Be. Real Stoicism demands movement. It demands choices. It demands real steps forward, even when you're scared, tired, or uncertain. You can't call yourself brave if you never take a risk. You can't call yourself wise if you never make a decision. You can't call yourself just if you stay silent when something wrong happens. The Stoics believe that virtue, the highest good, only exists through action. Courage is shown by stepping into fear, not avoiding it. Wisdom is built by making choices, learning, and growing. Justice is lived by standing up for what's right even when it's hard. Temperance is practiced by choosing balance when excess is easy. Imagine a soldier preparing endlessly for battle, polishing his armor, sharpening his sword, reading every book on strategy. But when the battle comes, he just sits there. That's what living without action looks like. And yet that's what so many people do today. They read Stoic books. They quote Marcus Aurelius on social media. They say, control what you can. But when life actually challenges them, they freeze. They back down. They do nothing. Stoicism without action is just philosophy for comfort. It's theory. It's fantasy. But real Stoicism? It's a daily fight. A decision to step up even when it's easier to step back. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," meaning, most of our fears never happen. But we let those fears stop us anyway. A true Stoic moves forward, even while afraid. They know. The goal isn't to feel nothing. The goal is to feel everything, and still do what must be done. Stoicism without action is like a lamp that never lights up. It looks good, but it doesn't serve its real purpose. You were not made just to think. You were made to live. Why virtue requires action in Stoicism? Virtue is everything. It's the highest goal. It's what separates a meaningful life from an empty one. But here's what many people forget. Virtue isn't just something you believe. Virtue is something you do. Think about it. You can believe in courage all day long. But until you stand up and face your fear, are you truly courageous? You can believe in justice. But if you don't speak up when someone's being treated unfairly, does that belief even matter? The Stoics taught that virtue lives through action. It's how you behave when things get tough. It's the decisions you make when no one's watching. It's easy to say you're honest when life is easy. It's when honesty costs you something that your real character is revealed. It's easy to say you're patient when everything's going your way. But when nothing works out and you're frustrated and tired, that's when patience becomes real. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could be good today, but instead you choose tomorrow." In other words, you don't become virtuous someday. You become virtuous today. By acting, even small actions matter. Choosing to stay calm when you want to explode. Choosing to forgive when it's easier to hold a grudge. Choosing to help someone even when you're busy. Every choice is a vote for the person you are becoming. Without action, virtue dies. Becomes just a nice idea collecting dust in your mind. But with action, virtue lives. It shapes you. It strengthens you. It changes the world around you. The Stoics weren't perfect. They struggled like anyone else. But what made them different was that they kept showing up. They kept acting according to virtue, even when it was hard. And that's exactly what you must do if you want to live Stoicism, not just think about it. Why this changes everything. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Stoicism without action is like a seed never planted. It might have potential. It might look impressive on the surface. But without action, it will never grow. The world doesn't need more people who know what's right. It needs more people who do what's right. True Stoicism isn't found in how many quotes you know, or how calm you look, or how wise you sound. It's found in what you choose to do. Every day, especially when it's hard. When you live Stoicism through action, your mind becomes sharper, your heart becomes stronger, your life becomes simpler, clearer, and more powerful. You stop chasing meaningless things. You stop fearing failure. You stop getting stuck in endless overthinking. Instead, you focus, you move, you become unstoppable. And that's when Stoicism stops being a theory and starts being your superpower. So the next time you feel fear, anger, frustration, or doubt, don't just think about Stoicism. Live it, act on it, be the example. Because when you do, you're not just reading ancient wisdom, you're bringing it back to life. Right here, right now.